So on Friday, Selena came to the house. She was at the front door. Her keys wouldn't work. I was curious who was at the front door. I looked at the cameras. I didn't see anything. I couldn't see who it was. The dogs weren't barking. I was playing my guitar. Really happy. I went to the door, and there she was. As soon as I opened the door, she put her hand in the door. She said she wanted the cord for her sewing machine. She was violent. She held on to me. She was playing the victim. She was like, I just want my cord. I just want my cord to my sewing machine. I explained to her, everything, none of your stuff is here anymore. None of your stuff is here. Everything's with Josie. She continued, I just want my cord. I just want my cord. And she's forcing her way into the house, we got a front gate over here. It's a front door, and a gate and a door. She was violent. She hadn't been here for 34, 36 days. I don't know. She took all of her stuff and moved out. I think it was October 31st, November 1st. So for 36, 34 days, 30 days, whatever it was, she's with her boyfriend in Yuma at Country Roads. So she shows up, forcing her way in, and for 7 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know how long it was, she's fighting with me. She's holding on to me. She's violent, trying to get into the house. She knew that if she got into the house, she could call the police, and the police would order me out of my house. And so I was looking at this morning. That's a result right there of me fighting with her. She had me like this. She had me like this. And she's looking at me with rage in her eyes. Right now, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to go on Monday to get a restraining order. I need to talk to an attorney, a Mexican attorney. The police worked it out. They understand. The police here in Algodones, what's going on. The neighbors understand. Inez understands. My neighbors, Inez has been a good guy for me. He just kind of triggers me because he talks about divorce, you got to get her back, you want vengeance, blah, blah, blah. I don't want vengeance. I don't want to get back. I just want to move on, truly. I just want to enjoy my life. So I went ahead and painted right here with the paint that I had, and I still got to go over here and do that. But I decluttered, and things are getting cleaner. I've been cleaning for a month. It still needs to be cleaned. I went ahead and painted this right here. Got some paint up there as much as I could right there. So the next thing is going to be to detail this window right here. And here's another legacy right here. I insisted on a header right here for these windows when they went in. And she gaslit me and said, you don't need headers. No, it's too much expense. And I believed her. I was gaslit. I was under the narcissistic fog, as they say. And so this is how the place is shaping up right here. I went ahead and painted that paint that I had. Took the TV down because we had so many TVs in here. There was one there, one big one in the bedroom, and then We had the iPad screens. So right now it's starting to shape up. So just wanted to document my time, the violence that I experienced, and there's just no way around it. It was violent. It was scary. I'm scared now. I'm triggered. I have trauma, but I'm recovering. And this is the way the trauma goes. When she first left, she left. She came over with Auralia, and they unplugged the cameras. They disabled the cameras, the security cameras. And then she moved all of her stuff out. October 31st, November 1st, whatever it was. And so for 2 weeks, I was brokenhearted. Cognitive dissonance is what it was. I couldn't believe it. It's like, how can my ideal wife, the perfect relationship, the Proverbs 31 wife, the one that went to church every day. Well, not every day, every Sunday. She'd go to, church events, and I believed. For 6 years, I believed that she was a Proverbs 31 wife. And so, for 2 weeks, I was brokenhearted, cognitive dissonance, couldn't believe it, questioning my reality. What's real? What's not real? And it had to happen. So I've learned, after doing the work, after studying, that I had issues I had to deal with, childhood issues, trauma bond, stepchild, all of that. So I started moving things around the way I want them, because this is my house, my sacred space. But what happens with narcissistic abuse is you move something. Remember, I get triggered. It's like, well, if I move this over here, she's going to get angry. It happened a lot. After, in the third week, I started getting my life back. Anyway, it was violent. She's violent. She's dangerous. If anything happens to me, you're going to know. Or I'm going to put everything in an envelope and send it over to a friend with a thumb drive with all the photos and all of the toxic stuff. If anything happens to me, she's going to be the prime suspect, because she's violent. She's a malignant narcissist, covert malignant narcissist. And I have to write all the stories that she's telling everybody, because she's telling everybody these really wild stories about me. And what I learned is you just don't respond. Because what happens is when you respond, a couple of things happen. One, you look like the crazy person. Two, it triggers you. Actually, three, you waste your time. So for example, when she came over and she caused all that drama, all the neighbors came out. I was yelling. I knew I didn't want her in the house. I just didn't, because if she would have come in like she did, I don't know, it's like November 15th or something. She came into the house after not being here for 2 or 3 weeks, and she starts taking down all the pictures. She starts taking down all the pictures, and she's taking them outside, and says, "These are my pictures." And then one of them broke. She didn't care. She just kind of drug it outside. And Chongo and Lydia were here. And Chongo we went outside to smoke a cigarette, and Sean goes, he said under his breath, "Ay, tóxica. She's toxic." So he witnessed it. Because there are no witnesses. What happens behind closed doors is completely different than the persona outside for the narcissist. Outside, they're holy, they're good, they're, and in my mind, I had the perfect wife. And so, I just want to, this is a little reminder here of the trauma on Friday right here. So right now, I'm just praying for peace. I don't care about the house. Wherever I go, it's going to be a sacred space. Wherever I go. I live in a trailer. Quite honestly, the day before she left, I was looking at camping out at Mohawk Canal, BLM land. I just couldn't live here anymore with her. And so I had my sleeping bag, and I was going to get a permit to camp because I just couldn't be here anymore. She was so abusive. So abusive. And so right now, I'm going to just go ahead and continue my work here. I'm going to work with Wilbur. He's been a real good guy. He's genuine. Use all my energies to reach out and help people. It's all temporary. This life is temporary. I got a mission. I need to complete it. So that's it.